Good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you on our session this morning. As you may be aware, we are having 3 sessions every day now for quite some time, and these sessions are all geared towards telling Sahaj Yoga, a brief introduction, and just for seekers who wanted to understand briefly what Sahaj Yoga is, etc. These sessions are being organized thrice a day. That is one in the morning at 8 a.m., one in the afternoon at 4:15, and one in the evening at 7:45 p.m. And all the sessions are, in fact, in Hindi. Only this session on Sunday morning we started in English for seekers who wanted to understand in English language. Apart from this, we have one more session daily at 5:30 p.m., which is for deep meditation for seekers who have understood the basics, understand vibrations and chakras a little bit, can join those sessions and learn more and experience better the vibrations and learn how to meditate, etc. All seekers who have now attended these sessions regularly for a while would request them to start attending the centers nearby, which are all again free of cost. Sahaj Yoga has no charge anywhere. That is how Shree Mataji intended it to be, and that is how Sahaj Yoga is. You can go and attend the nearby centers. Now we have Sahaj Yoga centers in almost all the cities and towns of the country and in many other countries too. List can be accessed by the link shared in the YouTube chat for that. Also, we have a WhatsApp group which you can join. Again, a link is given for that. We regularly try to share some videos through which you can learn more. Today's session is a little bit different from the others because we will go through some slides that, in fact, talk more about the youth and how they're struggling. But to be completely honest, these things remain true for us as well, for others as well. And because we really thought that the young people now need to understand how they can benefit, what do they need Sahaj Yoga for. They are in a real crisis as of today, as we all know. So let's start now without any further ado. So, what's the value proposition here? We are saying that one needs to de stress themselves, bring themselves into balance, and get their total well being through Sahaj Yoga. So, we're talking about a total well being. It's not just mental peace, it's not just physical upliftment or something like that. Um, it's about our complete self and a change and a betterment throughout the self can only happen by something that really transforms us. So we're talking about an inner transformation here, which brings about this beautiful change inside us. Now, as you all know, the times that we are living in, students are under immense pressure and facing so much competition. It's a really an aggressive environment. And all of this pressure and stress is really hurting the young ones today. It's really um, giving them a mental challenge to survive, and it's becoming a very difficult environment to thrive in. Their minds are full of worry, of course. My career and which college I get into, and I have to succeed. My family and their relatives and their neighbors, what would they think about me in comparison with others? Oh, my friend got this, and their friend's son got this, and they're earning so much, and oh, in job I have to work so hard, my salary package compared to others, and all of this madness just goes on. And despite we are working really hard, to be completely honest, we're talking about long working hours, but this is not what God intended us for, to just work, and be mad after work. Of course, there are other aspects which are not career related about how I look and what the opposite sex thinks about me, and all of that part also, keeps coming up as we grow up. So it's a complete hodgepodge. It's a mess, and all of this actually creates that environment, stressful environment, which makes the young people very, restless. They're not attentive, and they get impatient and irritable because they're just thinking all the time and worrying and they're under stress. Sometimes the older people talk to them, it's like, you know, two different species talking to each other because the older people feel that the guy is not even understanding. The younger one thinks they have no idea what I'm going through. Uh, of course, loss of self confidence and, you know, they're not really enjoying life. All of these things come out of this. Today, to talk of stress has become really easy. You go to the doctors today with any sort of problem, they might end up saying that, you know, this is stress or this is, you know, the lifestyle that has become so, and you need to change things and all of that. And many of the diseases mentioned here are all linked to that. Shrimataji started Sahaja Yoga in 1970. Shrimataji's photograph you can see right behind me. And she spoke in many countries and spoke to many um, types of people. And she laid out clear indications of what sort of lifestyle and what sort of behavior leads to what sort of problems in a person. And today, all those things have been proven with research. A lot of them are now coming up also. But stress leads to anxiety, tension, persons become aggressive, and all of that. Loss of sleep is something that is, you know, really picked up today, and people are popping pills like anything for it. It's something that is easily curable in Sahaja Yoga. Um, I've seen people just after a day of Sahaja Yoga meditation getting cured of years and years of, you know, insomnia. And something that has come up very much in young people also now is heavy smoking and drinking. And what's not mentioned here is drugs. And it's something again very concerning. As a society, we need to be concerned about this. Um, one needs to think what are the reasons behind these things growing so fast. There is, of course, peer pressure. Sometimes people feel that, oh, my friends are doing it, I won't look cool if I don't do it. Or my colleagues are doing it, I won't grow in my career if I don't do it because I lose out an opportunity to speak with the boss in the smoking zone or something. All of these things may start from there sometimes. But at times, it's also people are running away from all the stress. When you're working so hard, you're under so much stress the whole of the week. They say work hard and party harder. I mean, why? You're all the time pushing yourself too much on the brink of something, right? You can't just keep on pushing. So that's how people get into these things. And now with stress, you also get into depression and all of these things, and you take drugs, just running away from reality, from life. Because the life that we see is not what we planned for, and thus we get very irritated and, you know, stressed out, and we have to run away from things. Something that really needs to change, and at times it looks impossible because the environment is such. How do I change this? That becomes a key question for everyone. Of course, physical diseases, anything you take up now, it's all related to stress somewhere. Because we are a total being. We are not just the physical being or the mental being or the emotional being. It's a complete personality. And any aspect of it which is imbalanced causes imbalance in other aspects. And that's how we get into so many problems around. So sometimes, you know, people get consulted by somebody and said, yeah, why are you taking so much stress? It's okay. Just live your life, whatever you can do. And, you know, maybe for a while you're like, yes, you're right. Let's just go ahead. But then as soon as somebody calls up and talks about what they're doing, you step out, you see something, oh, they're doing this, I don't have this. This Maya Jal, as it is called, is all around. And once again, you fall into the same trap. And then you don't know what to do. You're again stressed. Oh, I should be doing this. I have not achieved this in my life. So it just goes on. There's no coming out of it. So many a times people take to some things that temporarily gives some relief. For example, get into jogging and exercising, something that gives them a regiment, sort of a regime, and they are locked into it, so they're not thinking for a while. But in fact, it's working you out more. The one aspect of your being, physical aspect, Actually, the right channel inside us that we'll talk about soon takes care of our physical activity, mental activity, everything. So a person who's already very ambitious, working hard in office, also starts, working, exercising a lot, pushes himself to an extreme. And that's how we have seen cases of heart attacks coming to very successful CEOs and people with great diet and lifestyle and fit and all of that. So this is another extreme actually. Art forms, especially the Indian classical art forms, do have a lot of effect, but again, it's not the permanent solution. Meditation is cited as the thing that can ease this for you, truly give you a solution. But then the question arises, okay, I've understood meditation, I'll do, but how to do it? I just can't do it. I don't know how to meditate, what to do. Some people think, and they talk to us, they come to us, they say that maybe it's, concentrating here is what I try, but it doesn't work. Or I have to stop my thoughts just and it will work. Or hmm, it's about chanting some mantras or taking some breathing exercises will lead to meditation. All of this is actually not meditation. Meditation is, in fact, a state. It happens on its own. It comes to us when the power inside us rises, and that power gives us the state of thoughtless awareness where we are in meditation. Now, this is something that you can't do anything about. Thus, the name Sahaj, spontaneous, it happens on its own. That becomes a really tricky part for people to understand when they come to Sahaj Yoga because we only know that we have to do something to achieve something. We have seen sages of the old doing tapasyas and whatnot to achieve their self, their realization. And how can we just get it like that? So there's a beautiful analogy to explain how today's Sahaj Yoga is different from the old one. It is the same. We're talking of the same thing. We're talking of connecting with the divine, the self realization, whatever name you call it by. It happens through the awakening of our power inside, and that power connects us with the main power, you can say. But the difference is such that the older method was a very difficult, long gestation period sort of process where you are supposed to cleanse yourself completely first. So there were Ashtang yogas, Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahara, defined by Patanjali. And one wee bit of it was actually asana. Those things were done first to clear your chakras, clear yourself, your thoughts, your mind, everything. And then if the guru decides that yes, the person is right, one guru would give it to one shishya as a blessing. You get your self-realization, you are worthy. So that was the old method, and very, very few actually knew about it, talked about it, and very few got it. But today's time is such that Shrimataji says that it's like you have a lamp. That lamp is right now not lit, so you don't know what is wrong with it. But you are just touching, working, maybe something's broken, you're putting it right, rubbing it hard, and all of that. And maybe if it gets all right, it will be lit by the guru. That was the way. But today, Shivadri says we'll put on the light first in everybody. And it's very easy to do that today because of some circumstances. It has also been promised in many scriptures talked about for long. In that small light, you can see what is wrong and you correct yourself. You get the power to do that on your own. So you become your own gurus. You become your own masters. That is the way of Sahaj Yoga today. It sounds very fantastic and, people think, how can I get it? But this is so, this is true, this is how it is today. Many scriptures have promised this. And we'll maybe touch upon a few of them later on. But coming back to our slides, meditation is something that people don't understand, as we say. So we said that you get thoughtless awareness in meditation. On its own, it happens. It's something that is a sahaj, spontaneous process, like all living processes. Like a tree has to grow, a seed has to sprout out of the Mother Earth. We don't do anything about it. We put it into the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth has the quality, the seed has the inbuilt mechanism. Everything happens on its own. But let's say If it's a wobbly place or there's earthquake all the time, maybe it will not work. That is why meditation gives us silence, and in that silence, we grow, our awareness grows. Our growth is supposed to be in our awareness. That is the only thing left. In our evolutionary process, we have come this far. As human beings, also, we have come so far. We know so much in art, science, and whatnot. The next last step in our evolution has to be in our awareness. One may question that why today there is a method now which can make it so easy for me to get this, my self realization. If we look around, we pick up any day's newspaper, one is shocked. Is this really what God intended us for? We are doing so many wrong things. This is not what we came here for sure. All of this is said, so much creation done by God, so much is made. Is this really just for people to commit so many wrong things, etc.? So the answer is no. There is one last step left in our evolutionary process, which will happen in our own freedom. We'll choose it, and it will happen in our awareness, in our knowledge. Up until now, whatever evolution happened, we didn't know that it has happened. It happened on its own. Now it has to happen on our in our freedom, in our awareness. We'll know that this has happened, and that is the path. That is what we have to do in Sahaja. Yeah. So we said we get thoughtlessly aware. Why is it so important? All this stress, thinking, all of this, if we just think about it, it's coming because of thoughts. Continuously, we are thinking. Every single moment you are thinking, even when you're sleeping, you are thinking. It's something that just doesn't stop. It's like this pendulum that is shown here. We go from past to the future, future to the past. That is all that we think about. If you think about it, if either it is recent past or way in the past, or even of our forefathers or the history of the world and all of that, or this near future or my ambitions, I'll do this and that and whatnot, you can just go on thinking about it. So this is the continuous process that is always on and there's no stopping it. And meditation is about being in the present for sure. When you are in the present, you are really there and you really enjoy the moment. You achieve so much more as well. It's shown like a sine wave curve where we jump from one thought to the other, and it's a non-stop process. A villain comes into these thoughts when we get into meditation, and that gives us the peace and joy that we are looking out for. Quite honestly, people coming to meditation and Sahaja Yoga many times, they're just looking for the peace and a way out all of this madness. And this happens very easily. So Sahaj Yoga, let's just dwell on the word a little bit. Sahaj, as I said, is spontaneous, as it is simple, like any living process. All living processes we talked about, sprouting of a tree, our breathing exercise, breathing that happens on its own. Our digestion, let's say, it's all very natural, happens on their own. We don't do anything about them. Similarly, our yoga is the union with the divine. The word yoga is literally, it means the union. It's the union of our self, our spirit, with the Paramatma, the divine. That is a spontaneous process. Like Nanaka said Sahaj Samadhi Lagore. So it happens on its own. It's something that is bestowed upon one. It is not achieved as such. So with um, there are many things mentioned here which again look quite fantastic. Let's just understand how this happens with this last slide, then we'll get into meditation. Sahaj also means Saha and Ja, something that is so innate that it is born with you. Ja means born, Saha means with. So this energy, we can say, or this whole mechanism is not the good word for it, but that is, let's say, for the lack of better word, all of this is built in within us since we are born. When we were in our mother's womb, maybe 2.5 months or so, that is when the power that created us entered through the top of our brain here. Our brain, being a prism shaped sort of entity, it refracts into three parts, that power. And the one coming from the right goes to the left, which is shown in the blue color here. One coming from the left goes to the right, which is shown in the yellow color. These two are called as the Ida and Pingla Nadi in Sanskrit, and they govern on the physical aspects our sympathetic nervous system completely. The power that comes from the center creates these flower like things that we call as chakras. You can call them energy centers, whatever name you like. And these chakras and nadis, they govern our complete being. Whatever personality we are, whatever qualities we may have, all of that is governed by these chakras and nadis. After all of this creation, it comes and settles down almost at the end of our spine. There's a triangular bone. This triangular bone is called as sacrum bone. Very interestingly, it has been named as sacrum, which means sacred, something that is pure. And this is the place where this energy comes and resides, and it makes 3.5 coils. Coils in Sanskrit is kundal, and this being our mother energy, she's called as kundalini. She's our individual mother. We all have our own individual mother who is with us in all of our lives, knows every single thing about us, and our only goal is to give us our second birth. Why second birth? Self realization is often termed as second birth. In Sanskrit, a realized person is called as Dvijaha, and a bird is also called as Dvijaha, because the bird first sees the world as the egg. That is the world that there is for the bird. But when it breaks through, it really sees for the world what it truly is. It's a similar case for us. We only know the world right now in this three-dimensional that we see. There is a great power all around us which we have not felt yet. We've been told, at least in Hindu religion, that kan kan mein Bhagwan. That means every molecule is of God. But where is God? We have never seen him, never felt him. But he's everywhere. So we get to know that divine power once we break through and get our self-realization. This power, when it is awakened by the grace of somebody who is a realized person, it passes through these six chakras and pierces through the top of her brain hair. This is called as the Brahmarandra. Means Randra means hole to meet the Brahma, the divine. It literally has that name. This is the place where this piercing happens and the all-pervading power of God that we know is all-pervading starts flowing through us and we feel it as cool vibrations. Now, these cool vibrations are something that are again described very well. Adi Shankaracharya, that means the first Shankaracharya who came, who sort of established the Char Dham and all of that, he wrote several intellectual books, but he wrote a book called Saundarya Lahari, which means beautiful vibrations. It literally means that. He says when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel Sarilam Salilam Chaitanya. It means cool, cool vibration. In Bible, it is called as it is mentioned that when the Holy Ghost will come, you'll feel the cool breeze. Of course, it's not mentioned what is Holy Ghost. In Quran, very interestingly, it is mentioned that when Qiyamah's time will come, that means resurrection time, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. That is quite curious. How can hands speak? So what happens is when the Kundalini rises, the piercing happens, you feel the cool vibration. Sometimes it's hot in beginning. You don't need to worry. You'll just feel that right now. The chakras that are not okay, let's say uh, number 3 is shown on this finger, the middle finger. That is, in the green color is shown as the Nabhi chakra, right? The navel chakra. That is not okay. So there might be something wrong with my stomach, or there might be something wrong with my familial structure. So many aspects to a chakra. But we get to know for the first time what is wrong with us. If I'm an egoistic person, I'm not going to listen to anybody who tells me that, oh, you are so angry all the time, you get so egoistic. I'll hit that person again. But when I meditate, I'll feel a burning sensation on this finger, which means it's the Agya chakra which gets caught up when person gets really angry and is very egoistic. So he'll know for himself, but he won't be able to cure himself. The curing, the betterment happens by this power, this kundalini. As often it is raised and it starts piercing, these chakras and connecting us with the divine power flows, and this great work starts happening within us. That's how many diseases also at times get cured in Sahaja Yoga, but that is not what we really harp upon. The idea is to get yourself connected with the divine. That is the goal, that is the aim, what we should achieve, and which will make our lives better in all aspects. There is so much to talk about in Sahaj Yoga, and Shree Mataji has given thousands and thousands of lectures in Hindi, English, and Marathi languages, which can all be seen freely on YouTube and various other places, um, which you can do to learn more and more. But today, let's get into meditation and get this experience, which is the most important bit. Now, to get into meditation, there are a few things that we will just see before. And we said that, there's nothing to be done as such, but there are a few steps that we do to help ourselves, to bring ourselves into balance and help some of our chakras. And then we get to the experience. First, right now, just see the steps with your eyes open. Later on, we'll do these steps with our eyes closed. Now, if you're sitting on the grounds, you can sit cross-legged and open your palms as is shown here. We'll sit straight, not very straight, not slouching, just in a normal position. If you're sitting on a chair on a sofa, make sure to put both of your feet apart on the ground. If you have anything tight on your body, you can loosen it. You can take out the spectacles because we'll be doing this with our eyes closed. We saw that there are 3 channels inside us. So we'll do some steps first to balance ourselves because the path of the Kundalini is in the center. Sometimes we are too much on the left or the right. There are many reasons why. So we do some steps too. And these steps are all involving the 5 elements. There are many ways we use in Sahaja Yoga the elements because we're made out of the elements to put ourselves all right. Then the first step will put the right hand on the Mother Earth, left hand open in her lap. Right hand on the Mother Earth, left hand open as it is. We can just do the steps right now with our eyes closed. Later we'll do them with our eyes. We can do the steps right now with our eyes open. Later we'll do the steps with our eyes closed. Then we'll bring the right hand back into our lap and put the left hand bent from the elbow towards the sky like this. Right hand in our lap, left hand bent from the elbow towards the sky like this. The next step will put both the hands on the Mother Earth. Now we can bring our hands back into our lap. The next steps will all be done with our right hand. So we'll place the right hand on our heart. Here we'll have some prayers. Left hand open in our lap, right hand on our heart. The next step will place this right hand on our forehead and press it across like we would in a headache and bend our head forward a little. In the last step, we'll place this hand, fingers outstretched, place the center of our palm at the top of our head and move it in a clockwise direction so that the scalp also moves along with it. The center of the palm pressed on the fontanelle bone area, fingers outstretched, and press it and move it in a clockwise direction so that the scalp also moves along. Then we'll see the vibrations coming out of her head and touching her palm. We'll move it back and forth, see with both the hands. And in the last step, we'll put both the hands completely up towards the sky and push back her head. These are all the steps that we have to do. Now, one may ask a question that doing these steps, is this enough for me to achieve something so great that we're talking about? So the answer to that is no. this is not enough. Um, the great King Shivaji Maharaj once asked his guru, Ramdas Swami, how long does it take for one to get their self realization? The guru answered by saying, Tat Shan, means that very second. You just need someone who can give it and someone who can take it. Srimataji Nirmala Devi's photograph is very special. It emanates those Chaitanya vibrations that makes this great happening possible inside us. For now, let's just work with this hypothesis and see if this gets proven true. And we'll keep all our questions and doubts aside for a while. We'll sit, as we discussed, cross legged on the ground or with feet apart on the chair or sofa. Open both of your palms in your lap. Take out your spectacles or anything tight on your body. Look at Srimataji's photograph with utmost respect and humility, with the only thought that I want my self realization. We shall now slowly close our eyes, our attention inside. We'll just see what is happening here right now. Are there any thoughts? Now we'll do the steps that we had just seen. The first step, we'll put the right hand on the Mother Earth and left hand open in her lap. Right hand on the Mother Earth, left hand open in her lap. We're doing this for balancing our left channel. We have to pray, Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. We'll also bring our attention to our palms and see what is happening there right now. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. We'll bring the right hand back into her lap and place the left hand bent from the elbow towards the sky. Right hand back into her lap, open. Left hand bent from the elbow towards the sky. Here we have to pray, Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. We'll also bring our attention to both of our palms and just see what is happening right now. Mother, please take out all the impurities of my right channel through the ether element. Now we shall place both the hands on the Mother Earth. Here we have to pray, Mother, whatever imbalance still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, whatever imbalances are still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring me into complete balance, into the center, into the present. Mother, please bring me into complete balance, into the center, into the present. We'll bring both the hands back into our lap. Now, for the next steps, we'll keep our left hand open in our lap as it is. We'll place the right hand on our heart. Right hand on our heart. This is the place of the spirit inside us, the Atma. Atma is the reflection of Paramatma, the divine, inside all of us and is a witness to everything that we do. It is the only eternal thing, in fact. Rest all is Nashwar, is momentary. So we have to say a great truth here. Mother, I am the pure spirit. I am nothing else but the pure spirit. This is the truth. So say it with full confidence. Not this body, mind, thoughts, family, personality, whatever we think of ourselves. This is all a myth. The only reality and the eternal thing is the spirit. So we say that, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now, as I am the pure spirit, I am not guilty at all. There's one chakra that gets caught up if we are feeling guilty, and unfortunately, we do not feel the vibrations because of that particular chakra. So we have to very assertively say that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Whatever wrong we think we may have done, we'll just leave it at the lotus feet of God Almighty, who's the ocean of love and forgiveness. He can forgive everything. So we just say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now we'll raise this right hand to our forehead and press it from both sides on the forehead like we would, and bend our head forward a little. Here we have to pray. In fact, we have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone. You don't have to think of anyone, anything in particular, but just a blanket forgiveness. And really, truly, just forgive everyone. You say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. I forgive myself too. O God Almighty, if knowingly or unknowingly I have made any mistakes against you, please forgive me. O God, knowingly or unknowingly, if I have made any mistakes against you, please forgive me. You can bring your hand back into your lap to rest it a little bit. Now we'll bring this right hand to the top of our head and place the center of the palm in the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone when we were kids, and pull back our fingers. While pressing the palm here, we'll move the palm in a clockwise direction. Press the palm and move it in a clockwise direction so that our scalp also moves along with it. We'll bend our head forward a little here. Here, we have to ask for it very humbly. Without us asking for our self realization, we cannot get it. Very respectfully, we have to say, Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, may I please have my self realization? Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my yoga, union with the divine. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, may I please have my self realization? Stop moving the hand. bring it back into our lap. Keep our attention where our hand was just now and sit in quiet meditation for a few seconds. We'll raise our hands a little bit up to our heart levels. Just see the center of our palm. Is there a cool breeze here in one hand or both the hands? This could be a very subtle feeling. We'll have to look at it subtly. Now we'll bring our attention to our fingers, at the tips of our fingers. In one or the other finger, in one hand or both the hands, we can feel a little itching or burning sort of sensation like an ant crawling. These are our chakras that are being worked upon by the Kundalini right now. This is a testament that the work has started inside us right now. Now, once again, we'll bring the right hand back at the top of our head where we had placed and moved and raise it just a few inches above, 2-3 inches above. And see from a particular place, you'll feel a cool breeze coming out and touching your palm. You can move the hand back and forth, left and right, and see. It can also be hot for some, but no need to ponder about it. Just watch. Bring the right hand back into your lap. See the same thing with our left hand. Left hand palm a few inches above the fontanel bone area. Move it back and forth, left and right, and see there's a cool breeze coming out and touching your palm. Now, in the last step, we'll put both the hands completely up towards the sky. Open our palms towards the sky. Push back our head. Here we have to ask one of these three questions 3 times. Oh God, is this the Param Chaitanya, Brahma Chaitanya? Is this the divine power of love of God that does everything? Is this the divine energy, the cosmic energy? Any question 3 times. We'll bring our hands back into our lap. In answer to those questions, the vibrations would have improved on your hands. Once again, we'll keep our attention at the top of our head and sit for a few seconds in meditation. We can now slowly open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. We'll see that there are no thoughts even with our eyes open right now. This is the first boon that we've got. Slowly bring both of our hands together in a namaskar and thank Shree Mataji and her Kundalini Mother inside for this blissful experience. For those of us who have recently joined, I would request you to continue attending these sessions for a while, as it may take some time to establish yourself and really understand this experience. There could be a lot of new things which you've not really understood right now. Also, there are a few links given in the YouTube chat which you can use. There's a link given for our WhatsApp channel. You can just click on it and join so that you learn many things about Sahaja Yoga. There's a Zoom link as well where you can ask questions. If you have any doubts later, you can ask in the next sessions by writing in the YouTube chat or joining the Zoom link. There is also a YouTube channel on Shree Mataji's lectures, which are good for new seekers. You can check that out. Also, very importantly, there is a link given for centers all around the world. These centers help out a lot when you go physically and meditate with other Sahajogis. You learn so much more and you grow so much more. I would urge you all to go there and meet with other seekers and other Sahajogis. That will really improve our growth in Sahaja. Once again, continue attending the sessions and you can bring more and more people here and establish yourself, give yourself the chance. What has happened today is that a seed has sprouted. It needs to become a tree, and this is our responsibility. Thank you so much, everyone. As there are no questions today, we'll end the session here. Thank you, Shree Mataji. Jai Shree Mataji.